public disclosure. So your opinion seems very different than what the Attorney General's opinion is on this matter.
Like we understand
it's actually very frightening
records.
to think that 4 people could stop you from actually getting information that's very relevant. And we had an incident with a $5 million bond issuance where we were denied a lot of the information that we needed. So it's very concerning, actually.
And we're not talking about student records or individual
Exactly.
privacy issues. That's not it at all. We're talking financial documents that are already been prepared. Or bills or financial information that we need to perform our fiduciary duties.
And the issue that I was bringing up, and again, you obviously had some other conversation that I'm not aware of. Again, I don't know why that is, because the board should have all that same information. I agree with you on that. But what I was talking about before is we've had board members that are asking for information that isn't prepared that are getting it, and other board members, like myself sometimes, are denied that information even without them telling me. The employee shouldn't be telling me that they can't give me the document because a board member or somebody else is saying I can't. I mean, that's the wrong process. We need to correct that as a board. But again, it makes no sense. It really makes no sense why some people would get information and others not.
Is there a recommended process for board members to request information? My sense is that maybe I'm wrong, that will go through the superintendent.
Yes, commonly, that's what's done.
And in this case, actually, I did email Dan as well.
Okay.
And again, in this particular document that I was asking for, this is one of them, the scattergram. The year before, I was told, doesn't exist or isn't available, that in order to produce this one, you would have had to have that. I mean, it actually takes the number from the other year. So again, it's been very frustrating.
I think Mike is coming to our next meeting.
Yeah, okay.
And what the plan was with Mike, and I don't understand, it was sent to you too, I don't know how you did get it, was that the board was going to talk about this in executive session, and if 4 people wanted to go further, then Mike would address it in the March meeting.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Was it? Sorry, I don't see a letter, just checking.
No, Mike wrote a letter to Jerry and me.
Oh, because I was assuming.
No, I think
you were trying to get a letter.
We all got
Oh, I'm
I'm sorry. I thought it was only 2.
I just want to say that this is extremely unfortunate that we're back to this place, but I do think there needs to be a procedure for board members to ask for information. I personally have no problem going through the superintendent when I have a question, and I have had this stance all along. If I ask a question, I want you all to know about it, and if I get an answer, I want you all to know about it. But not everybody does things that way. So we do need to have a conversation about doing either a majority agrees to do it that way or not. But, the fact that you asked a question, Tim, that you're not getting the information that you think you should get, I think that's wrong. But at the same time, I wasn't aware you asked a question.
Well, I
but
everybody,
He went through Dan.
yeah.
okay, but what I'm saying is that, send it to Dan, but everybody else should know. Then we're not violating the Open Meetings Act, but we're aware, and then when information goes out, it should go to all of us. But it is unfortunate that there is this perception of a lack of transparency and a lack of board members being able to get information. And what is valuable to me is that if somebody who is more knowledgeable about a certain area asks a good question that I might not have thought of, it is valuable to me because I then have more information to make a legitimate decision, particularly when it comes to financial matters, because I have admittedly said that's not my area of expertise, and I have often learned from other board members things that I would not have otherwise known. So, we need to solve this problem.
Well, is everybody going through Dan when they ask for information?
Yeah.
Well, then just copy it. Then just copy everybody when you do it.
Well, I do, but I don't ask a lot of questions.
I don't
Let's, because we have Mike coming at the next meeting, let's all of us think about the appropriate process. And I agree, I think that people are entitled, I don't have any objection to that, and I think we do need to know what's being requested, and we do need to know if there's something that's not being responded to. I agree.
There's only one other thing. A comment was made about he can't come. I thought our contract for legal services was with the entire firm.
Right.
Not just with...
Who said he couldn't come?
Well, you just said...
I never said he couldn't come.
Mike is unavailable.
Right, I understand
This
that,
week.
I'm just saying...
He is making himself available
Right.
for the 11th meeting at 6 p.m.
Right, but I'm just saying is that I would think any member of the firm could come.
I never said he couldn't.
I think it was who requested him to come and who has the authority to pay for an attorney to be present for.
Well, I was just looking through,
Let me clear up just one thing.
I'll forward it to you, I'd appreciate it, because I don't have one.
I'd like to clear up one thing so that I sleep well tonight. And that is, there has been no information provided to any one board member that has not been provided to all board members, and I will take anybody on to task with that. That is not the truth, since I've been here.
I don't think that's an issue.
I just heard it said.
Oh.
Well, actually,
My hearing's
there was at our last meeting. We already discussed that, and we agreed to not have that happen again, as I recall.
Remind us in public.
Well, it was a closed session item. I mean,
Go ahead, I'm fine.
There was a proposal to reach a settlement that came to me.
Oh, I'm not aware of that. Excuse me.
It came on Friday, but it did go to the rest of the board the same day.
it was a different issue, but again, it's
That's
not
another one. I mean, we've had a number of issues. I think we really need to come to some kind of understanding as a board. We agree to operate, and that includes the president and the superintendent, because you're a part of this team. And we need to have, as Wendy says, all information shared with all board members, and not have people exceeding their authority to access or deny information, because it undermines the board operation, and we can't do our jobs.
Yeah.
if we're having that happen.
Absolutely no reason for any denial of any information that I could ever think of. And I think a healthy process, and I think Wendy's hit it. When a board member requests it, every board member knows that that request has been made to me, and when that information is provided to that board member, every other board member gets it at the same time. There is no single board member who is a committee member, who is their own committee.
I agree.
I'm comfortable with that. I'll sleep better tonight.
All right. With that, can we have a motion to adjourn?
No, executive
Are we
session.
doing executive session?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to wait until
We
Mike
have to
was
decide.
I thought that was the deal. We're gonna do this.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I was
We're doing it
thinking
next
that we
time.
could talk as a board and decide if Mike wants to be, everything wants to be brought in.
Yes, he's going to be here anyway.
He's got, all right.
With the other issue.
So we are doing it.
So moved. Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Beckford? Keenan?
Yes.
Gerard?
Yes.
Quinn? Yes. Morgan? Yes. Carlson?
Yes.
Check.